So this is a Dutch tobacco box. It dates to the 18th century. And this one actually would have been specifically used by sailors. And the reason why we know that is it's inscribed right here, Rec de Zee, which is a navigation school for sailors in Amsterdam that was created by a guy named Peter Holm, who established that in the 1720s. And they also sold navigational instruments like this. And basically, there's two sides here. One is engraved with a perpetual calendar. On the left side, it's Julius Caesar, and it's dated 45 before Christ. And that's a reference to the creation of the Julian calendar. And on the right is Pope Gregory VIII, and that's a reference, and it's dated 1482, which is an incorrect reference to the introduction of the Gregorian calendar in 1582. But basically, this has months inscribed in the top two rows here, and below each month is the days of the week that fall on the same weekday in that month. So it would have been used as a perpetual calendar for sailors when they're out at sea to remember what day of the week it was, depending on the month that they're in. And on the back is an interesting chart, and this was really the nautical tool side of it, and it's a ladder. And on the left side, it's numbers starting with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's a reference to the number of seconds it takes for an object, if you throw it overboard, to pass between 2 points on a ship. And depending on how many seconds it took to pass between those 2 points, the column on the right would tell you your speed. And on the top of this is Amerigo Vespucci, the guy who America is named after. And that's dated 1497. And these were used to hold tobacco. And tobacco in the 18th century was a very common, very widespread phenomenon. Everyone, seemingly, men and women, were using tobacco regularly. It was actually discovered by Europeans in America, where the indigenous people had used tobacco for thousands of years. And when it was introduced to Europe in the 1600s, it kept growing and growing in popularity. And by the 1700s, when this was made, so many people were using tobacco all over Europe. So this is a nice little tool, that is both functional and also used for, something practical for sailors at sea. So it's got a really interesting history.